Why are the Seungho vibes so strong in this chapter? My killing stalking people, you know what I'm talking about, right? Also, Byeonduck in this chapter is gonna be like, alright everyone, let's start from the basic once again. Because that's where we are. We are back to square one, people. Before we get started, I just want to remind our viewers that if you like seeing more yaoi content and would like to support this channel, please don't forget to smash that like button. Also, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Feel free to message me in my Twitter or Instagram at ZEALED FUJOSHI, which I'll be using to interact with viewers about more yaoi content. If that's something that interests you, feel free to follow at ZEALED FUJOSHI. Finally, this video will contain explicit content and manhwa spoilers. With that in mind, please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Now, without further ado, let's jump into chapter 62 of Painter of the Night. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of mocking here, so bear with me. Okay, how is the most smartest guy in the region not realize that number one, Nakyum has a scar on his mouth, around his lip? How can he not see this? Number two, it's so obvious that he is crying, he's sobbing, and a person will not cry that much if there's no reason for it. How can he not be empathetic about it? And number three, Nakyum has been laying in that cold ass floor for so many hours now. My gosh, how can the smartest man in the region be so freaking blind? Those are literally signs. I'm so sorry for this. I'm just really frustrated with how dumb Seungho is in this chapter. I'm at loss of words. Also, for Nakyum, it's not that hard to say you got kidnapped without saying who did it. Nakyum better tell some sort of semblance of the truth so that he doesn't get into trouble with No Name, but the psycho Seungho will settle down a little bit. You know, he has to give him something because this misunderstanding is just breaking them both. Also, after thinking about what I just said, I also understand what other people will say, that, you know, probably the consequences if Nakyum told Seungho the truth or semblance of the truth, if and only if Seungho is really one of the smartest men in the region. I think that if Nakyum mentioned the kidnapping thing to Seungho, Seungho will suspect Jihwa immediately because Seungho knows Jihwa so well, and Seungho knows that Jihwa can be jealous, possessive, crazy, same as Seungho, that maybe he ordered a kidnapping for Nakyum right after he got rejected by Seungho. And I think Nakyum is aware of that fact. And if my theory on the previous chapter is true, maybe Nakyum already knows because those walls are not that thick. Maybe Nakyum heard Jihwa's voice or No Name's voice, that he knows that it's a young lord, and maybe Nakyum knows Jihwa's voice, or that he was able to paste it together, that, you know, I don't know, like there's a lot of ways around this whole thing. We'll let Byeonduck figure it out. And my God, when Seungho hugged Nakyum in this chapter, that hug freaked me out. I got so freaking happy thinking that maybe, just maybe, Seungho won't blame Nakyum and just hold him in his arms now that they had their reunion. But then again, Seungho suddenly slams my poor baby's beautiful face on the ground and everything went to hell. Again, that zoomed out panel with Seungho hugging Nakyum, I was like, I pulled a deep breath of "ah" from deep within, and then the next panel with the hand grip over the shoulder got another "ah," thinking that he must have been suffering mentally and relieved that Nakyum is back. But then again, when the hand tightened around Nakyum's hair, it kind of set the mood and then made me realize, freak, he's back. Psycho Seungho has made an appearance once again, and romantic and dull-eyed Seungho won't be seen for an unforeseeable future. I swear to God, Seungho better have a great apology when he finds out the truth. I'm just saying, he better have a good apology, This better be worth it, Byeonduck. I feel so bad for Nakyum. He was kidnapped, then put into so much stress, and then now Seungho is doing this psycho Seungho thing at him again, and I'm just, please give my baby a break. Like, come on. Can one of the servants sleep Seungho some Valium so that he can just calm down, like give him a chill pill? Because this is getting to be a little bit too much. Why does Seungho gotta be the most scariest but freaking hot idiot in the chapters that I'm reading right now? Like, I don't understand. I love Byeonduck, but this is not good for my health. It's so frustrating how Seungho is and all, but the progress that Seungho has, and if he ever has one, has now gone down the drain, and that's sad. Damn you, Byeonduck, you never fail to leave me dumbfounded and wanting more. Also, can someone give the old man servant a salary raise or increase, because he's the only one who understands Nakyum, and also he is the only one who has made it this far enough alive while living with Seungho for so many years. Lastly, rest in peace to the progression of this story. Flowers to the dead, because we are back in square one. I have no idea how Byeonduck is going to go forward with this series. I think next week's episode is we might have a chance to see if Nakyum will give Seungho some sort of hints whether he was kidnapped or not. But another thing that frustrates me about this chapter is, where is Jihwa and No Name? Now that's the cliffhanger that I've been waiting for. It seems like this whole Nakyum and Seungho thing is not going anywhere, so I wanna see what's happening in that hobo's hut. I really wanna know. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to follow my social media to be teased about some of the boys' love that I'm interested in. Feel free to leave me a message and converse with me. I'd love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to support the author. All the manhwa details can be found in the description below. Again, thank you so much and hope to see you next time.